Welcome back to another video. Today I'll be describing every RFS plane in a nutshell to you guys. Let's get into it. The Airbus A220-300. Now this one is a very solid plane for beginners in this game. You can tell because its rotation speed isn't too much. It's 150 knots. But I would say out of 10 for how efficient this plane is, I would give it a good 7, 8. But the real thing about this is it's fast. It's pretty fast. Okay, because you can get cross country pretty easily. And it doesn't carry that many people, and it's not the biggest plane, but it's very efficient. So it's not too hard to fly. Next plane. Now this one. The Airbus A320-200. This is what we fly cross country in, but I mean, come on. Look at this beautiful plane. This is a bit bigger than the last one with 164 passengers. Max cargo 9,400 kilograms. It's the same speed, actually. Except the flight time estimated, the max time you can be in the air is increased by a couple hours. Same thing, pretty easy to fly. Very good for beginners in the game. I would definitely give this one a shot. Airbus A320neo. What is there to say about this one? This one's bigger, less cargo though, but way more people. A little bit, it's a very, very solid plane. Plus, it's exactly the same speed. Everything is the same about it except for the cargo and passengers and flight time, which is increased by like 30 minutes. So, again, easy to fly. Give this one a shot. So, this one is very good. It's very fun to fly, and if you can't fly it, don't worry, I do a tutorial on lots of planes, so I would go check those out. Next plane. Airbus A321neo. My god, this is the next step. Yeah, this is definitely the next step. Much bigger plane, 244 passengers, 11,400 kilograms of cargo. I mean, come on. Really. It is a startlingly nice plane. I'm not going to talk too much about, like, historical significance as much as it is in the game, okay? This is one of the better planes to fly. A little bit harder to fly because it's a bit bigger, but it's not too much harder, trust me. This one's a nice one. And this one's worth a go as well. On to the next one. Oh my god, we're getting on to the big boys next. 300 passengers, 21,600 kilograms of cargo. Come on. But its rotation speed is surprisingly low. Same with its landing speed. And stall speed. So what's going on? Basically, this is a very, very powerful jet. Okay, the engines might not look good. Look, these engines look a bit bigger. Trust me, they're not. It's just that this whole jet is bigger. Those engines, though tiny, are quite powerful. Anyways, the Airbus A330-300. Overall, its maneuverability is it's a big plane, so as you can imagine, its maneuverability isn't the best. Let's not. So this isn't quite a beginner plane. This is an intermediate plane if you know how to fly, but not the best. You could probably still fly this. So on to the next plane. Airbus A340, one of the most famous ones for Swiss Airlines. Let's be honest. This is what Swiss Airlines has bought a crap ton of these. Let's be honest. Same thing. Rotation speed, very low. Landing speed, low. Stall speed, fairly low. Passengers, only 3 more than the last one. Cargo, 5,000 kilograms more than the last one. But the thing about this is, it's a 4-engine jet. It doesn't take too much time to accelerate, okay? And the flaps on this are extremely, extremely efficient. So, not a beginner plane yet again. intermediate to advanced, I would say. Because look at it. It's absolutely beautiful. On to the next one. Oh my god. We are getting to advanced level of planes. Look at this thing. This thing's a monster. Airbus A350 1000. The rotation speed is higher, obviously. The landing speed is higher. The stall isn't the highest. Passengers 410. Cargo 35,200. This is a big plane. I haven't flown it yet, but I've seen people try to fly this, okay? It's a pretty hard thing to fly. It is very big, and it takes a while. Well, it doesn't take too long to accelerate, but if you have a full load, it takes an absolute ton of time. You have to be very careful taking off. So, once again, not quite a beginner or advanced. It's going to be up to expert or intermediate. On to the next one. On to the smaller version of the plane, the Airbus A350-900, not 1000. This one is the 1000, which we just went over. This is the 900. It's basically a smaller version of it. So this is more like for intermediate people to try flying it, just to get used to this one. Then you can move up to this baby. My god. But yeah, this one's pretty fun to fly, trust me. So if you're good enough, you should definitely give it a go. Okay? I know what you're saying. You probably haven't flown this before. Trust me, I have. I've done videos on it. This one is the mother and king of all planes in this game. Let's go to stats. Rotation speed, 160 knots. Landing speed, 140 knots. Stall speed, 163 knots. Max passengers, 575 people. That's over. Most stadiums don't hold that many people. Now, let's be honest. This plane has many features, okay? Lots. I'm not going to get into detail. It has so many different levels of flaps. APU, APP, AP. Oh my god. It is a APU for the thing is very efficient as well. You should use that when you're on the ground. But don't get me started on this thing when you're trying to get on a full load. This is so hard to fly when you're on a very full load, trust me. Even taxiing is a pain. So, expert level plane, definitely. And let's be honest, this is basically the biggest plane, not by cargo, but by passengers, plus cargo. This thing is a monster. On to the next one. Aww, the Georgie little plane. Look at this. This to this. Are you kidding me? 575 passengers to 70 passengers, bro. Okay. Sorry. The ATR 72-600. Southwest Airlines is basically known for having this plane. It's a very, very nice little plane. It is very nice. Again, 70 passengers, 1,900 kilograms of fuel. And, no, fuel, no, cargo, sorry. 100 in... No, it's just really small, okay? 1,900 kilograms of cargo. Come on! The rotation speed is very small. It's very good for lifting off, trust me. And the landing speed, 117. 117 for stall speed. And 115 for landing. Come on. This one's definitely for beginners. Trust me, I've flown this so many times. It's so fun, though. You don't always need to have a big jet to have fun. Just try this one out. The maneuverability is pretty great. And acceleration is fun. You should try this one. Oh, one of the very, very, very famous plane. The BAE Systems 146-300. It's surprisingly good. It looks like it'll take off really fast, though, with a 4 engine with a small body. It doesn't, okay? It's not easy to fly overall, okay? I mean, Yeah, it's small, but it's still harder to fly. You only have 4 hours, 35 minutes to fly before it runs out of fuel and we all die. That was poetry, by the way, and I did mean that. Next. So, this is a solid plane if you know how to fly really well in this game, trust me. But it's not the most sturdy. It doesn't handle turbulence the absolute best. So, do we really want to fly this? Unless you're in Hawaii? Oh my god. But yeah, on to the next plane. Ah, yes, the disaster that almost killed, well, probably killed over 1,000 people. Boeing 737 MAX 8. Surprisingly, isn't a bad plane when it's functional. Trust me, it's very efficient. It doesn't take that much fuel whatsoever. It can hold a fair amount of passengers, and it's very good at accelerating. Although it does have so many features because it's one of the really new planes. I would definitely say this is a nice one, trust me. But as soon as they get their shit together about making sure it doesn't blow up and crash and shit like that, this will be one of the best planes ever built. Trust me. On to the next one. Boeing 737-800. Now, this is another newish one. Yeah. I just want to say this one is bigger in cargo but smaller in passengers. It's it's a fair one. It is. It's not as good as the Max, I wouldn't say, but it's pretty efficient. So it's kind of for beginners as well. Trust me. So overall, this is a very great plane again, just like the Max. Let's get on with the next one. Let's get on with this one. This is a cargo version, okay, of the 737-800. This is a 737-800 BCF, okay? This one's a cargo plane. Holds a fair amount of cargo. Obviously, passengers only two, because you don't have people riding commercially on cargo planes, obviously. But it holds a very good amount of cargo. 23,900 kilograms. I mean, come on. Flight time's good. It's basically the same as the Boeing, except it holds a lot more cargo and a lot less passengers. On to the next one. The era is ending of this record-breaking, unbelievably historical significant plane. Come on. The 747, the Boeing 747-200B. Oh, it's unbelievable. 747 is retiring there. The new Air Force One is gonna be a A380. But this one, pretty much one of the biggest that we've done. It's bigger in cargo, obviously, than the A380, but not in passengers, okay? This one doesn't take too much to get off of the ground somehow. Landing speed needs to be pretty high. So does, if you're going to stall, it's going to be 163 knots. It's very good. This thing, most of the world, it can fly mostly around the world. But it is just a historical plane. It's not for beginners, by the way. It is pretty hard to fly because it's pretty big. And maneuverability is not good whatsoever. But it's just a beautiful machine, and I think we can all agree on that. On to the next one. Boeing 747-400. This is a nice model. Okay, it has a lot of cargo and more passengers than the 200B. It can stay in the air for longer, and it's basically the same thing with the speed and all those stats. But this one is a bit more efficient. It takes up more fuel, but it's more efficient in the air. Okay, this one a little bit harder to fly than the 200B, and that one's still pretty hard to fly. So, do we really want to risk lives flying something like this unless you're a top pilot? No. But this is still a fun thing to fly if you have it empty, obviously. So, let's go on to the next one. Okay. Boeing 757-200F. This thing holds lots of cargo, stays in the air for so long. Rotation speed is fairly high. Landing speed definitely high. Install speed pretty low. This is an unbelievable plane, though. Look at the engines. They're really big engines, okay? First off. Second off, all the cargo. It has nearly 40,000 kilograms of cargo it can hold. That's amazing. Honestly, it's a very, very safe cargo plane. If I want my China to come in something, it's gonna be this plane, okay? It handles turbulence unbelievably. Unbelievably. And it's quite fast as well. So it's not for beginners, but we're getting to intermediate, okay? This is more of an intermediate plane. So let's go on to the next one. So 757 200 WL. It's the same thing, except it's modified for passengers, obviously, because look, everything looks the same, except there are windows here, obviously. Because this is a passenger plane. I mean, this one still holds a fair amount of cargo, okay? But this one holds 239 people. It's the same speed for everything. It's same difficulty, I would say, for flying. Let's go to the next one. Oh my god, this one. Every passenger can have 10 kilograms of cargo with them. Come on. That's amazing. 261 passenger plane in 23,000 kilogram of cargo plane. That's incredible. Not to mention the rotation speed, the landing speed, and the stall speed. They're all very good. This is more of a beginner plane, and it is pretty good maneuverability for the size of plane. I would definitely fly this for one of your first planes. Let's go on with the next one. Again, same thing, but it's cargo, okay? 52,700 kilograms of cargo, okay? 4 passengers. It's the same thing except it's modified for cargo, okay? See, look, it literally has exactly the same stats, speed-wise, size-wise. Look, it's just for cargo, though. It's a cargo plane, so... Again, pretty easy plane to fly unless you have it absolutely filled to the brim. So, let's go on to the next one. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. A big boy. 313 passengers. 34,000 kilograms of cargo, sorry. The rotation speed is 170 knots. Come on. Landing speed, 157 knots. Stall speed, 161 knots. Are you kidding me? With the size of this thing. It reminds me of the one way back up here. Where is it? It literally reminds me of this one, except a little bit smaller. It's fairly new as well. But come on, it's a very big plane. And it's not easy to fly. Again, but it's fun to fly once you know how. So, let's get on with the next one. Oh my gosh. Okay, just when we thought couldn't get bigger. Boom. The Boeing 777-300ER. Wow. The last one, which was the 777, Boeing 777-200, and then there's this one, 777-300ER. This one is a mega version of the last one. Come on. 550 people fitting on it. This one doesn't even take that much to take off compared to the other one. 168 knots. Same with landing and stall speed. I mean, it holds 25,000 kilograms of fuel. My god. Not to mention the flight time. 24 hours. That's how long it can stay in the air. It's another big jet that's very scary to look at because it's so freaking long, but it's so safe compared to the rest of them, okay? This one, it's just so great to see that you can have such a big plane, but they're still very safe and very functional. And this is a prime example of that, along with the A380, obviously. So, without further ado, let's go on to the next one. Stall speed is the same. VR rotation speed is more. Same with landing speed. Come on, this is the Boeing 777F, okay? Same size as the ER. Not really, but it is big. It's still big. 102,010 kilograms of fuel. It's absolutely a monster. It's very hard to fly when it's full. It is absolutely terrible with maneuverability. It's definitely an advanced plane. So let's get on to the next one. Hey, how about this? The Dreamliner, one of the really big ones still, but it's one that I use in my videos a lot. Hang on, that doesn't look right. Let me just... Wait. Hang on. I got this. And there we go. Perfect. So, oh yes. Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner. One of the most famous planes in the world. And it stays in the air for over a whole day. Its cargo is 21,000 kilograms. It holds 360 people. And VR rotation speed is small compared to how big the other planes are. Same with landing speed and stall speed. It's unbelievable. This, in my mind, is the best, most beautiful jet in the world. And also in the game, obviously, but definitely in the world. My favorite is 787-8 Dreamliner. Pretty good for the maneuverability. It's definitely not a beginner plane. Maybe a bit more than intermediate. But it's just so great once you know how to fly it. Trust me. Let's go on to the next one. I'm just going to keep rambling on about this one for days. Sorry. Let's get on to the next one. Okay, no, this isn't even the smallest. One of the smallest, but definitely the fastest. Boeing FA-18E Super Hornet. It's unbelievable, though. For me, I don't know why the altitude autopilot doesn't work. I don't know if that's the same for you guys. I don't know why. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe it's supposed to be like that. Sorry, I don't know too much about the Super Hornet. But I do know its maneuverability is unbelievable, as fighter jets are meant to do. You could do all sorts of things in the air with this. This is the prime example of something that you want to practice flying with. But listen, the problem about this is, if you use the afterburner on this for too long, then it runs out of fuel so quickly, trust me. Also, it's incredibly fast, you're going to have to slow it down somehow quickly. You don't want to break the flaps off as well, or the spoilers. So, it's an unbelievable jet, but it would be top if I think that the autopilot would work completely. So, let's go on to the next one. Oh, wow. This is one of the better ones that we have. Bombardier CRJ900. It is small. 4,000 kilograms of fuel. 86 passengers. It can't stay in the air for too long, but this is just like a... Not an island hopper at all. It's way bigger than an island hopper. But it's... maybe across state. Maybe across a state or something. Or more than a couple states. It's just one of those kind of planes. A private jet almost, you know. It's definitely a very nice plane though, and I would recommend flying this. It is very easy to fly and it's very fun as well. So let's go on to the next one. My god, this is a very confusing one, believe me. The Cessna 172. Listen, of course, it's small, but it could stay in the air for almost 7 hours. But let's be honest here. You don't need flaps to take off. Not many people do. In fact, you can't have flaps to take off, otherwise it won't work. And you screw up, and then like it barrel rolls and you crash. This is a very hard plane for me to fly, at least sometimes when I'm in the wrong mood. I'm just I have bad memories with this plane, but it's not the hardest technically, but yeah, let's just move on to the next one before I hate it even more. Oh my god, in my mind, the hardest plane by far to fly. The Concorde. Okay, look, it's great and all. The cargo, not too many passengers, not too much cargo. It's not that efficient, okay? But listen, it's speed to the rotation speed. It's 218 knots. Come on, that's like cruising speed for some planes. Are you kidding me? Not to mention the landing speed. Again, very fast. Stall speed is pretty low, so that's pretty good. But come on. You need to time it just right, like, and have the exact amount of fuel you need. Otherwise, you're pretty screwed, so this is not an easy plane to fly. I don't even know how to fly it right, okay? Let me just tell you, this is not a beginner plane whatsoever. Let's get on to the next one. The Embraer 190. Oh, man. So, easy plane to fly. Pretty small. Everything is perfect about it for beginners, okay? This is an absolutely perfect plane to begin on, to begin your flights if you're really new to the game. Practice on this one. Complete missions with it. Don't do really long flights, obviously. Just do like shorter flights. This is the perfect plane to do that stuff with. And I love it. Unfortunately, many people think that's boring to fly this one. It's not. It's very fun and you should try it out. It is very, very maneuverable. It's pretty easy to handle in emergencies, okay? You only need one engine to really fly this. Trust me, if one blows out, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Just use the other one. This is a beautiful plane. It's fairly fast. So yeah, without that, let's get on to the next one. The McDonnell Douglas MD-11. This is a big plane. 20,000 kilograms of cargo. 410 passengers. You have to be pretty fast to even get to stall speed, though. The stall speed is pretty fast, which is pretty dangerous. Rotation speed is the exact same as stall speed, obviously. And the landing speed, it's pretty fast, okay? Not a beginner plane at all. There's also an engine on the very back on the tail. That also gives you some extra lift, so that's what I love about this plane. So if you don't feel like you've accomplished enough in this game, try flying this one. Then you will. On to the next one. McDonnell Douglas MD 11F. Same thing, just not a passenger, sorry, a cargo plane. It is absolutely tremendously capable of carrying almost 100,000 kilograms of cargo. Stays in the air a lot, and it's exactly the same, except look, literally, passengers is exactly the same except for the passengers and the cargo, obviously. So let's go on to the next one. The newest plane, the updated plane in the game, the newest plane in the game, the McDonnell Douglas MD-81. I haven't gotten to fly this one yet. I will pretty soon, but I've seen videos of this one being flown. It's pretty fun. Okay, it's a bigger version of the Bombardier. Okay, it's a much bigger version of that one. But stall speed is pretty high, which isn't the best, but the rotation speed isn't. So I don't know about this one really. I think it's more for intermediate people. But it's pretty good with cargo and passengers, so let's get on to the next one. Second to last one. The absolute best propeller plane to start on. The Saab 300, the Saab 340B. Okay, look at this. It's so cute and tiny. It's absolutely perfect. Maneuverability, so good. I'll do a video on this one, just because it's so fun to fly. This video just passed 30 minutes. Congratulations, Ronan, for posting one of your biggest videos. Anyways, yeah, but look at this. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Look at the aerodynamicness. It's just fly it and see for yourself. It's unbelievable. On to the last one. I'm excited for this one. Okay, the Tupolev TU-154M for the last plane in the video. Oh man, we've made it, guys. We have made it through the entire list of planes in this game. It's unbelievable. This one is very different, and I'll show you guys in a second. Okay, look at this. It is so different because look at the engines, okay? The engines are on the absolute back of it. See this? But also look at the very back. That's an engine as well. It may look dangerous. Trust me, it's not. It helps it lift off quicker. It's also quite a big plane, as you can see. But the real thing is, look how long the wings are for this plane. Most planes are out to here, right? But this one's out to here. Come on. Really, it's huge. So, as the last plane and the most interesting one, I'll show you guys how to take off for the very end of this video. First thing, just do every step that I do, okay? That's basically all you need to do. Do lights, 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 lights. Yep, everything on. I'm gonna exit right after I take off, so don't worry about that. Turn that off. Put that to 2. Spoilers don't need to be armed. This needs to be to 28, not 36, 28. Oh my god. Okay, there you go. Ready? This is basically how you take off. Here we go. And it's quite fast. You'll be very surprised. Take a look at this. So, first of all, the acceleration is pretty good. But look how little it takes to... Look how little, absolutely little it takes to take off. Yeah, that's the alarm for no fuel, because look, I hardly filled it. But it's just a very good plane. I mean, come on. You cannot... Don't tell me you do not fall in love with this form of aerodynamicness. Look at that. Look at that. That is an absolutely beautiful plane. I mean, come on. Look at this. You don't see this very often. You see this right here? The engine right there? That's where the intake is. And right here's where the outtake is. It's unbelievable. That's all there is to say. So, let's get on with the stats about this plane now, shall we? Okay, the Tupolev, whatever, TU-154M, again, takes very little to get off of the ground. Has over 180 passengers, max cargo 5,450 kilograms. Stall speed 123, very low. Landing speed pretty low, 130. Flight time 7 hours 7 minutes. I mean, it's not the most efficient. I mean, it's pretty efficient, obviously, but come on, look at it. It's brilliant. It's a pretty fun plane to fly as well. Not the hardest as well. So I would definitely give this one a go. But look, this is how most planes this size would be. That's usually where the wings would be cut off there. That's literally how big the wings would usually be. But no, it's out to here. Come on. Are you kidding me? Wow. So I'm surprised. We actually got all the way through it. I didn't know this video would be this long, but we got all the way through it. So if you guys are still watching, thank you guys so much. You don't know how much it means to me. Pretty soon I can monetize my YouTube channel just for fun. I mean, monetizing, of course, it's to make money, and I need a little bit of extra money. So does my family. So I might want to monetize if I get enough subscribers. So if you guys want to subscribe, that would be great. I also want my fan base to grow, and also I want to become famous enough to like shout out good messages to the world that actually people listen to. So yeah, let's get to the outro now. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much for watching. So, if you guys want to, please subscribe, and it means the world to me. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.